or take a minute more with me tonight. Basically that. This was the song that my partner listened to and I was like, no, write mine. And so I wrote that song. These songs are available on the internet and I'm trusting my instincts. I feel like I do not do them justice, but yeah, I think I'm trusting my instincts and I hope it impacts you in some shape or form. Can we go to the next image? There's my father.
70s.
So my father, I guess Germans will call him Erik, if I'm correct. Is that how you guys say Eric? Erik? Erik?
Yeah.
Eric? Eric. E-R-I-C.
Who's German here?
Who's German?
I don't know German.
Wir würden sagen Erik.
Erik.
Erich oder Erik, aber ich vermute mal, es ist Erik.
Yes, so my father...
Very German, we got it.
Ja.
He spent... So, he went to school in the then USSR. He was he studied agricultural engineering, but when he moved to Ghana, his skill was not, Ghana was not at that point in, work or in
Progress.
progress and so on and so forth, because we still relied on the hoe and cutlass, manpower, and so he came to Ghana after wandering in Europe for many years. He even married and I don't know, he never shared so much of these stories for good reason, I guess. And so yes, he moved to Ghana and he had myself, my brothers, and yeah, this is him somewhere, some place in the world. I suppose it's on the train, and enjoying his best life, and I honor him in this moment. I hope you honor your parents. For me, I struggled so much with my father because, he always said, I had to work hard on you. Every child requires different things, and I always blamed him for not being with my mother, but I think, I cannot explain it away, but I love to think I do not want my son to grow up without both his parents together, and I make it a point. But my mother would always say, hey, you never know what happens in our lives. When you were born, your father said, oh man, I'm gonna do this and that, and then here we are. But yeah, he was a simple man. He loved simple things. He taught me to garden, to love nature, to respect the earth, to enjoy life. In the sense of why we are here, to cater for the earth, the planet. To live as one. I know the winter is coming and people are already telling me, I'm feeling the depression. I hope, you guys can have a better winter. I don't know what the winters here have been like for you, but yeah, I just hope, cherish your parents. The last thing I told him before he passed was that I am proud of him, and for me, that was all the closure I ever, needed or could. I feel like, I had to give to him. They say no one has ever been a parent before or an adult before. I'm sure many of you are, probably around my age. I don't know. Some of you definitely certainly older than me. But yeah, you have never been this age before. It is new to you, and I know Andrea, your mother, is here, and I hope, you guys enjoy, every moment, and likewise for all of you. It is difficult sometimes, but I always say God gave me my son because He knows I am best equipped to raise him up in this world or to teach him, And so was my father, and so are your parents, regardless of whatever you think. In Ghana they have something they say that tranashe and sanawasre. In other words, you have to go past that point before you laugh. If you have not gone past that point, don't laugh yet. Because you don't know.
Nice. That's good, yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen with you. So, and I will do another song. Okay. I was going to save this song for last, but I will do it now. I call this song Godette. It means to rejoice. My mother is called Rejoice, interestingly. And so, it goes something like this. Them go stay locking you out. Them go try to hold you back. Them go try talking you out. But have faith and walk the path. Don't stand there and think through for too long. Don't stand there and think through for too long. Some days they so, some days no they so. One day we go know. One day we shall overcome them. This part I want you guys to sing with me. Some days they so. Some days, no day so. Are you ready? Some days, day so. Day so. Some days, no day so. One day, we go know. One day, we shall overcome them. Yes, are you ready?
First you try.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Some days they so, some days no they so. One day we know. One day we shall overcome them. Thank you. Something they are inside. You bear you the sea. It's called a dream. Let its love lead you. You've come too far to let this ruin all. You've come too far to let this. I don't know where you're going to, but you've come too far to let this ruin all. Thank you.
Next.
Yes. So that is Mr. Ikwe. I am called Ayikwe. Yes. So he is my grandfather, and I love to think my story begins with him, because without him there wouldn't be me. I didn't know him, or I have no memory of ever meeting him. I hope, I live long to see my sons, my grandchildren, but my grandfather was a policeman, and my father always joked that bribes is how he raised his children. So whenever he gets to the barriers where the police people are in Ghana, oh my God. If you're in Ghana, Andrea, you've been to Ghana. Have you ever had to pay a bribe? Don't confirm. I'm sure okay, he's like, I try not to pay, but sometimes it makes like.
I mean, I've done it in Russia.
Yeah.
From Moscow, whenever you pull over, that's what you do, so.
Yeah, and my father always said bribes was how he raised his children. So when he gets to the police stops, he doesn't talk much. Take this, thank you, and life keeps moving. And he was a man who my father had a lot to say about, but interestingly, he didn't have a lot of good things to say, and I find it very interesting that the greatest gift our parents could ever give us is life, According to science, they say, do you know how many others were in battle to, make it here, and we are amongst the lucky ones to even be alive, So that's my grandfather, and he did not leave us too much in terms of material possessions, but I think for me, whatever he instilled in my father is about the values of hard work, of perseverance, of discipline. Obviously, if you grow up under a policeman's roof, I don't know about the policemen in Germany, but they are disciplined, But that's my grandfather, and I am here because he was also here. And I'll do another song. Yes, this song is called GMT. In Ghana, we have a very big thing about time, and I'm sure many people will say, oh yeah, the African continent, they're never on time, But I always love to say, we just operate on a different clock. We just tick differently. In this part of the world, in my experience here, in Ghana, I always felt like I have time. Oh, relax, I have this time. But over here, I felt like, no, I don't, I have to remind there's no time. You better be at the bus stop right on time. And I appreciate that. This song is called GMT. It is from a project that I worked on with my partner and a German drummer called Matic. And the band is called Yamecha Junction, and you can check it out. And we have a project out there called Dasein. Dasein. And a few other songs out there. And GMT. Jumani. Etios yenye. Jumani. Etios yenye. Jumani. Etios yenye. Jumani. Etios yenye. Don't be lazy. You drive me crazy. Don't be lazy. drive me crazy. Jumani, it's what's in Jumani, it's what's in devil find work, for he no get nothing do. Devil find work, for he no get nothing do. If Satan find you, he go give you work. Don't be lazy. You drive me crazy. You drive me crazy. You drive me crazy. You drive me crazy. Jumani. In other words, there's work, you know. Why are you being lazy? Don't be lazy. Thank you. Somebody said stress comes from not doing what you know you should be doing. And it's something which, the moment I heard it, I was like, that's just what I needed to understand. Because sometimes I can be so, man, I've got stuff to do, I want to do this, I want to do that, you know, and it's like, well, you know you should be doing this, you know, and yeah, I think for me, that opened the door to not procrastinating and just doing what I have to do in the moments that I have to do them. And yeah, GMT, Ghana, it means Ghana man time. If you visit Ghana, just ask anybody for the Ghana man time and they will explain. Yeah. Next one.
So there is no next one.
Okay, great.
So, but you can decide. We can switch to the scene in the beginning,
Yes,
or we,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes,
Okay.
let's do this.
Then let's do this.
With the winter coming, I look forward to going home on the 29th, and yeah, I have been away from home for too long, and I know for some of you this is your home, and I wish you well. I mean that in a good way. It's like, I think I must say, coming from Ghana, it is very strange. Very strange. But, you know, in gardening, they say if you put certain plants in certain environments or certain soils, they will not thrive. It is not to say certain parts of the world mean you will not thrive or anything, but I want to believe God put you here for a reason, you know, and the same way He put me in my home for a reason, you know, whatever that reason is. Unfortunately, He doesn't tell you that. But this is what I believe. I don't know what you believe, you know, but it is for you to find out, and I hope when the winter comes, you find the warmth, you know, here. And yeah, it seems like that's where the battle is going to be.
It's a lot of imagination.
Yes. I want to sing and sing and sing and sing. I think my instincts are telling me, yes. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for these moments. I have one more stop in Berlin. I'm on radio, and after that, choose.
The only question that I have is, if anyone feels that they want to have any kind of a Q&A situation where you have questions, or behind inspiration or story or whatever you have, we can have a few moments for that.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I have to add.
Yeah, there's anything you would love to share, I'm more than happy to hear. I am a man of stories.
What to ask you?
Yeah, anything you would love to know.
Yeah.
Another question.
Yeah.
Was your grandfather a policeman in Accra or
He was
village where you were?
he was in the Volta, moved to Accra, then was transferred to the northern region. And he died over there.
And the picture you had, do you know where that's taken?
I don't know. I've told myself I want to go to the police headquarters and go through the archives and find out his story. Like, did he have a good record? Was he not? You know, like all these things. I still haven't found the time to do it, but it's funny when it comes to family at first. It always seems like, no, I have something more important to be doing right now. You know, I'll get to it. You know, but thank you for the reminder. And,
Also have a question. What was the turning point where you felt like, okay, I know that my father told me that this was a hobby that I had to do for 7 days a week, or whatever it was. It sounded really intense, that you had to do it really regularly because you had to be really good about it. Yeah, or 2 days a week. But when was the moment? First of all, what age you were, and also what was the moment where you felt like, I understand that this is something that my father told me to do as a hobby, and I'm grateful for it, but actually this is my source of kind of putting myself out there and living and breathing art, basically, as you do now.
I think I grew up in a home where I didn't grow up with my mother. For the most part of my life, I don't know what. I think I was always in my masculinity. I never really I couldn't express my femininity. You know, I believe we embody both, male and female, energies. You know, we're not just, men, but we also feel things. It's not to say women are all about feelings, but whatever the femininity is, your mother gives that to you. And for me, I never had that. And I think the conditions of growing up in a home where you have 2 siblings whose mother isn't around, and you have, other siblings whose mother is around, and you basically now are demoted from your position, and your younger siblings replace you. And I think the conditions of my home made music became a source of a way for me to cope, to my source of therapy. I needed music to be okay, and the moment where I decided, you know what, this is going to be my life. So I worked for the government in Ghana for 3 years of my life. And so one day I am on my way home from work, and I have a vision, of what my life would be or would become. And that journey home, in that moment I knew, it will, I don't know what it will be like, because if you grow up in Ghana, music is the last thing you want. Any parent wants to hear their child say, oh, I'd love to become a musician. It's like, what profession is that? Where do they pay a salary regularly, for music? Because in our parts of the world, art is very much needed, and it's a critical part of our society, but unfortunately the economics of our world doesn't allow people to pursue art to their fullest potential or capacities. And as sad as it is, I think for me, yes, the conditions of my life meant that I would suffer, and I did suffer, but you know, I could still, you know, crawl my way through the process. And yeah, and you know, in 2017, you know, my friend was like, hey, there's this program going on in Germany, and you know, you're gonna go to Spain, and then you guys are gonna come back to Ghana, and all these things have happened over these years. And
Is that your connection to Germany?
yes, that's
Okay.
my connection. But
Lovely.
yeah, I had a vision. To answer your question, I had a vision, and I chose to, you know, follow the path or walk the path, as hard as it is.
How old are you?
In my 20s.
Okay. And I have one more question, last one. What is the sweetest, nicest memory you have of your late father? Something that you think of when you want to comfort yourself and feel really like someone is there to spiritually give you this kind of a hug, support, kind of loving memory, you know?
I would say the moments where my stepmother wasn't around, he was
That bitch was gone.
he was a different person. You know, he could express a part of himself which I didn't see very often. You know, and I don't want to lay blame on anyone, but yes, you know, in those moments, yeah, he felt like, yeah, I can, you know, yeah, express whatever I feel for you, you know. And me, I think amongst all my siblings, I was the one who followed him. You know, when I was young, I always felt, why are you always sending me? Why are you always, you know, do this, do that, you know. But when I grew up, I understood responsibility is a blessing. You know, and my father gave me so much responsibility. I was not the oldest, but in Ghana, they say that they send the child which we know, okay, if we send you, you can go to the kiosk and come back with the money still intact, and you'll get what we sent you to get. And I was that child. And yeah, I think those are the moments in which I know, yeah, and I must say, in Ghana, I live in what I call my own hacienda, you know, and it is a house which my father built over some 20 years, you know, of his life, and it meant I don't have to pay rent, you know. So I think when people are crying about rent, it's like, Daddy, you know, thank you. So I think that every day I wake up, I know my father's sacrifice. I must honor him, and I must also improve the space, and you know, hence why I garden so much. I plant a lot, and I, you know, try to make it into what I think he would have wanted it to be. Because when I went there, it was some 90-something% done, and I had to pick up the rest of the work. And yeah, today it's we turned the house into a home. When you're in Ghana, come and see me. Any more questions? Any opinions? Any?
Also, I have one final question. You said you were wearing your father's clothes.
Yes.
Is this like this outer layer you have? Is it like an everyday clothing? It does have a special significance, a pattern.
So it is. I can't really say this is kente, because these elements are not kente. I think this element is kente, but yes, it is pieced together with fabric which I cannot really
Is it a modern
explain. I don't see this around. So yeah, I literally pieced this together, you know, before coming. This belonged to my father. This belonged to my father.
It's a boo-boo, right? But the top piece is something that your dad did, right?
No, I put it together. It was
So
basically
you
just a
had
fabric.
pieces of fabric and then
Yeah.
you built it.
Yeah, so I have quite a few pieces of
Musician and
fabric,
stylist.
and I decided, you know what? Oh, let me, make something of it. Yeah.
To continue living and
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's gorgeous.
Yes. This side.
Come on, this side, any questions?
No pressure.
No pressure.
The way you describe your father, it seems like he was simple but a hard man. So I'm guessing, like very often between children and parents there is a tension, and very often it remains unresolved, or sometimes it ends up well. What would you say is one of your few of the best moments that you had with your father that you would want to share with your son also?
My garden, because of the job my father did, we always had like that. It's like in Ghana the colonial style of building. It's like a house in the middle, right in the center. Then there's lots of land around it, and we were fortunate enough to have lived in these houses for all my life till I was in my 20s, and it always meant that I had a lot of green space, and you could be outside, you could, he loved to plant. He grew up in the village, planting it's what we do. It's like humans need to eat, and so for me, I think when I moved to his house, which I inherited after he passed, I just knew, no, I have to get to work, because someday I will also have a family, and trees take time to grow, if you've ever tried planting anything, and so I started some 4 years earlier, and when my son was born, I had the very first fruit from the mango tree. He ate it, and I watched him eat it, and I'm like, wow, I planted this when you were not around, thinking, someday when my son comes, or my child is in this world, he can, eat not just from the fruits of my labor, but also grow up in an environment which I feel like I was fortunate enough to have, and I want to gift him the same. In my garden I plant a lot of things. I have coconut, I have cocoa, I have avocado, coffee, banana, plantain, mango. I'm growing a lot of things, because in my mind, I think in the world that is to come, nutrients nutrients are going to be very expensive. Like my wife's mother will always say, if you're always going to buy bio in Germany, bio is more expensive, and I'm like, but bio is supposed to be the stuff that's actually good for you, And in a capitalist world, I'm like, look, I will spend my time planting as much as I can, and so myself and my family will always, at least have, we'll always have a lot of nutrition, nutrients. Our bodies need it. It's funny, like when, I'm sure in the winter, if you did a case study of someone who had all the, could get the right amount of nutrients and this and that, these things do a lot for you. It's not just about your physical, your physical state, but your emotional and mental state. I know what I feel like when recently I plucked my first harvest of banana came through, and I was like, oh God, and so yeah, for me, it's I think I'm in my process of learning fatherhood and all these things. All I think is I can't really teach him anything like that. I can only show him. He must decide to learn for himself, or he must have that experience and make of it, what he wants, And so for me, I think my father gave me that. As much as it's like no, do this, you know, do it that way, you know. But yeah, it's
Last
the
question.
best thing I can do.
Last question is, could you give us just a last song to wave us goodbye that you feel is fitting tonight as you feel? It could be just a few moments just for us to have a nice farewell.
Yes, I think I have something. While in Berlin, I have recorded 2 songs. My first song was released on the platform on SoundCloud, and being here, I was in the SoundCloud headquarters recording in their studio, and for me that was like, you know, what are the odds? You know, and I must say, being here, I have in the beginning, I tell my partner I have never cried so much, you know, because I'm not at home, and there are things which maybe I wouldn't ordinarily at home like to face, but being here, I am forced to face them. And so when we were in the studio, I wrote a song, and I will sing for you. Yeah, that song. It's called Weightless, and I think as I leave here weightless. Yeah. Okay. I will rely on technology. Pardon me. Let me love you like you're still here. I've been crying 'cause I know I must leave you here. My place isn't tomorrow. The living needs some courage. Can't be feeling so discouraged. My life, my life, my life, my life, my life, my life, my life. Time to take some action. Cut out all distractions. Focus on your passion. Time to take some action. Cut out all distractions. Focus on your passion. For the children, for the children, for the children. For the children, for the children, for the children. For the children, for the children, for the children. I've been waking up, I know it's enough. Who's this man without all these moving parts? I feel it pouring out. Time to figure it out. Who's this man without all these moving parts? Open it, open it, open it, open it, open it, open it. For the children, 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 for the children. Open it, open it, open it, open it. I know this way now. I feel this favor all around me here now. Blessings they come. Danke. enjoy this. Thank you.
As he walks away, let's give one more round of applause. It's been incredible learning your story, learning your journey of getting to creativity and wanting to share your gifts. And I also would like to thank every single one of you who decided to be here tonight. We have a wonderful, cozy crowd that I couldn't wish for more. So thank you, and give a round of applause for yourselves. I hope to see you again. We'll have more events hopefully coming soon. We would like for this space to be known as a cultural exchange type of area where, you know, if you have ideas that you feel like someone has to be here and share their ideas, please bring up to us. You can always email us or text us or call us or email us, whatever. You know, we're all social media savvy, so just, you know, do that. And thank you so much. If you want to hang out, you're more than welcome to hang out. We have more drinks if you want to get some more drinks.